Hello there everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here with a 50 subscriber special, and that there being the Hong Kong 1995 full set of coins. Now, before I go off and show you the coins and talk about them, I would like to go off and first of all address why I'm doing the 1995 set and not a more recent set. That's because the coins for this series, coming from 1993 up until present day, have remained exactly the same, and they've only released 2 years worth of full sets of coins, one of them being 1993 and the other being 1995. Now I have to admit, I do not have the full 1993 set, thus why I'm doing the 1995 set. Alright, so without further ado, let's go off and hop straight into it and just talk about these little coins then. So let's go off and start with the smallest denomination, that there being the Hong Kong 10-cent coin. There you go. Now the 10-cent coin, much like the rest, as you'll see, is actually quite basic with its features on the reverse here. On the reverse, we have the Chinese Yat Ho, which quite simply just means 10 cent. And then we have the number 10, the date just beneath it, 1995. And the English wording 10 cents across the bottom. This here is actually a smooth edge coin, and yeah, we'll go off and look at the obverse of the coin later, and well, there's a reason for that. Alrighty, so moving on to the next one, we've now got the Hong Kong 20-cent coin. Very similar to the other one, it says across the top here, Yi Ho, meaning 20 cent. The big number 20 in the middle, the date 1995 just beneath that, and the English wording 20 cents beneath that as well, just along the bottom there. Now, unlike the 10 cents coin, this here is in the scallop shape and is a very pretty coin. Yet, it should be noted this here also features a smooth edge. Alright, putting that back down. Let's now go look at the next one up, which is the 50-cent coin. Now, this one here is the 1995 one. I don't have a better one to show you for 1995. So, once again, the design's the exact same except the date. So I'll go off and substitute this with the 2017 version, just because it's a bit easier for you guys to see the features on it. Alright, so across the top here, it says Ho, which means 50 cent, the big number 50, the date, this one here saying 2017 rather than 1995, and across the bottom, the English wording 50 cents. This one here has a reeded edge to it. Now, before I move on to the dollars, let's go off and cover the metals for these 3 coins that we just did. So, the 20-cent coin here is the odd one out, being a nickel brass coin, whereas the other 2, the 10 and 50 cents, are brass plated steel coins. I'll talk about the value of each of these coins at the end of the video. Alrighty, moving on, let's now go off and start with the dollars. This here is the Hong Kong 1995 $1 coin. On the top here, it says Yat Yun with a number 1 in the middle. The date, 1995 just beneath that, and $1 written across the bottom. The design remaining constant with the cents coins we just saw. This coin here also features a reeded edge, much like the 50-cent coin we just saw. Now onto the $2 coin. This one here across the top saying Yi Yun, meaning $2. The number 2 in the middle, the date 1995 underneath it, and across the bottom $2. This coin here is also in the scallop shape and has a smooth edge rather than a reeded edge. Very pretty coin. I really do like these scallop shaped coins. I think they're very interesting and quite unique personally. Alright, now to one of the more interesting coins here, the Hong Kong $5 coin. On the front here it says Yun with the number 5 in the middle, the date 1995 underneath it, and the English wording $5 across the bottom. Now this one here actually has a security edge. It's a very cool edge here. Now the edges here are actually reeded on the edges of the security edge, and in the middle, I'm just going to turn it so you can find the actual point where it begins. Sorry, give me a second. Is that it? No, one more turn, sorry. There we go. It says here, Hong Kong. Trying to get the camera to focus on that, sorry. $5. There it is. $5. And then it repeats this in Chinese, where it will say, is that going to focus? Yes, it is. Hong Kong Yun, which is once again just a repeat of the English except in Chinese. Put that back down. And now let's go look at what some people may argue is the most interesting coin, because a lot of people seem to like these bimetallic coins. This here is the Hong Kong 1995 $10 coin. Now I have to admit, it is very pretty, but I think because I see it so often I'm just a bit, a bit bored of them, I suppose. But across the top there, I'm not too sure how to pronounce that word. I presume it will probably be pronounced as sup, but I'm not too sure. But it says Yun there. Now in the centre, on the other part of the metal, we have the 10 and the 1995. And going back out to the ring, we have $10 written in English. Now this coin here, separating the ring from the centre, has a little patterned edge, if you can see that. I believe you'd call it a scaled edge. I'm not too sure what you'd call that little ring there. But it's a very beautiful little design separating the core part from the ring. Now the edge of this is a smooth reeded edge mix. It's quite interesting actually. So you can see here you've got the little reeds, a bit of smooth, more reeds, and so forth. Very pretty coin. Now let's go off and do the metals for these coins before I flip them over. So the metals for the top coins here are almost all the same, removing this one that is. So all these here are copper nickel coins. All these, the 1, the 2 and the 5. And the actual ring for the $10 coin is also copper nickel. Now the centre here for the $10 coin is brass. Got a nice little shiny glow to it here, this one does. Really do like the brass in this coin. Alright, let's now flip all these over and go look at the obverse of these coins. Now, I did mention previously that all the obverses here are actually the exact same. That is true, and as you can see here, the only difference is what it looks like on the different metals. And to be fair, the different colours do make a difference sometimes, because personally, I prefer the design on the $10 coin there because it's got a bit of a golden glow to it. But yeah, let's just go off and look at the $10 version, just because I think it's a nice one to look at. So on the back here, you can see it says, well on this one, on the ring, it says Hong Kong. It's got the Bauhinia flower. This one here designed by Joseph Yam. And across the bottom, you've got the English Hong Kong. It's a very beautiful little coin, and yeah, the obverses are all identical. The positioning of the wording might slightly differ depending on the coin that you've got. God, I picked up the wrong coin to show you this. I picked up the 50 cent. It's a bit hard to see. But yeah, Hong Kong is down there and Hong Kong is up here. Just let me show you the better coin there. Sorry, that was a bit of a mistake on my point for picking that up. But there you go. You can see the positioning is slightly different, with the spacing being a bit different as well, but very similar as an overall there. The other ones are all basically identical. Once again, metals do make a difference. Now, before I go off and end this video and give you all the prices, I will also like to go off and mention this coin here. This here is the only different coin for standard circulation coins for Hong Kong from 1993 until now. This here is the Hong Kong 1993 $1 coin. Now, the design is no different to the 1995 and later coins, The only difference here is that this one here is made out of steel rather than rather than copper nickel. That's the only difference here, and it does make it quite a bit more valuable, but right, perfect segue. Let's get into the value then. Alright, so the beautiful little 10-cent coin is worth around 15 pence, which is around about 20 US dollars. The 20-cent coin is worth about 20 pence, about 30 US cent. God, did I say 20 US dollars? Sorry, I meant 20 US cents. Sorry if I said that wrong. This 50-cent coin is worth about 40 pence, which is around about 60 US cent. The dollar is worth around 66 British pence, which is $1, give or take, for the US currency. The $2 is worth less, surprisingly, worth only around 50 pence, or 68.70 US cent. The $5 is worth a US dollar, which is $1. Sorry, I said that wrong. Sorry. The $5 is worth around £1, which is about $1.50 US, and the 10 is worth the most, being £2, which is about $3 US. Now, this $1 coin, the 1993 one that I previously mentioned, is worth the second most out of all these coins here. It's worth £1.40, or about $2.90. Alright, thank you guys all for watching, and please do have a great day. Thank you guys all for 50 subscribers as well. And if you haven't already, please do remember to subscribe to the channel, and yeah. Alright, good night everyone.